Okay, perfect. All right, y'all. So, y'all know I'm always on time. I'm always on time, but I hadn't had my coffee, so I had to take a little quick minute to go make me some coffee before I come in. Had to get my coffee, y'all. Had to get my coffee. All right, so for those of well, you guys can hear me. I'm typing. You guys can actually hear me. So do me a favor. For those of you guys who are in here, if you have access to your personal business profile from Experian Business, can you send me over a copy? I'm going to put the email in here. I don't want to say it out loud because I don't want everybody sending me the email. Send me an email here. Okay. Send me over an email here. Because there are so many different ways for us to get new ways of getting PG funding, right? There's always so many new things coming up, and we gonna get this money before 2025. 2025, before 2026, excuse me, before 2026. All right. I'm gonna give it a few minutes to let more people come in. So I can make sure that you guys are set. You guys have all the information that you guys need. It is the holidays, y'all. So many new strategies that we've been using, and it's actually kind of exciting, right? Because with or without the strength of AI, things are just going crazy. Let me see here. Okay. Larry. So I'm only talking to the people inside of my private group, Larry. So if you want to come on over, feel free to come on over with us. Okay. When you say you need help, what exactly you need help with? Okay, let's see here. Everybody needs help, right? Everybody needs help. But the better question is who is actually taking the time out to get the help, right? It's very different. Okay. Very, very different. Hey, I haven't started yet, y'all. I'm just waiting for a few more people to come in because I had some difficulties getting on. So I want to give people the opportunity to jump back in. But in the meantime, for those of you guys who are in my 7-figure framework right now, if you guys have access to your business profile, because I would love to do somebody's profile live, okay? If you have access to your business profile, your business credit reporting from Experian, go ahead and send me over an email. I just dropped the email here in the chat. Send it over to me through email. It's not mandatory. Y'all know I just love to work off of people's profile in particular. Okay. So if you have the profile, send it over to me. If not, I'm still going to give y'all a lot of game because I'm excited about all the new changes that has been happening in the industry, right? And I think when you stay locked in on what your business is about, you will win, right? So like you have people in the grant writing space, they lock into what they do. You have people in the business funding space, they lock into what they do. You guys just have to stay locked in on whatever your specialty is at the moment. Larry, the link is in the chat. All right. The link is in the chat. Okay. All right. All right, y'all. So let me give y'all a couple of things that has been changing in the industry, right? There are a bunch of new options for PG funding, right? I'm not sure if you guys ever heard something of a Giving Tuesday, right? This is where, for those of you, matter of fact, anybody here got a nonprofit? Because I'm finna give y'all some free game. This about to change your whole life, okay? Who got a nonprofit? No, I don't think I can. I don't think I can give y'all this. I think you're gonna have to get with me one on one on this because this is a game changer. It's a game changer. Anybody got a nonprofit? Drop yes in the chat, no in the chat. No, okay. So for those of you guys who do have a nonprofit, I will highly recommend that you guys get with me ASAP. Okay. So LLC for profit. Yeah, that's for profit. So there's this thing called Giving Tuesday, right? This is where billionaires, millionaires, people that got coins, okay? People that got coins, but you got to have a nonprofit. So basically, what happens is that on Giving Tuesday, you have a plan of action set in place, right? And we can help you put together the plan of action. So you have a plan of action set in place where all these people around the nation will be donating to you on that particular day. It's coming up in 2 weeks, okay? But you have to you have to put together a plan of action, right? So your landing page needs to look a certain way. It needs to talk about a certain thing. It needs to have certain buttons on there. It needs to have specific descriptions on there. And the most important thing is also going live, as far as when you go live, using the specific hashtags, what to talk about, right? So it's a strategy. It's the strategies that a lot of millionaires, even billionaires, still do this that have nonprofit, right? But you know, it's the end of the year. So all of these organizations, it's kind of like getting the vehicles under your business. But all of these organizations are responsible for donating to all these other nonprofits so they can write it off at the end of the year. So your life can literally change overnight, right? So in 2 to 3 weeks, you can possibly have $500,000, $1 million in funding if done right, because it's specific things that these people look for when they're getting ready to give y'all money for y'all business. But this is specifically only for nonprofits. So if you have a nonprofit, you want to get with me personally, this is something that I'm personally doing myself as well too, with my nonprofit. So I can give you guys the strategy, right? We'll do the strategy and the blueprint, the landing page, when to go live, what to talk about, subjects to talk about. It has to be very strategic, okay? Very strategic. So if you have a nonprofit and you want to make money fast, highly recommend that you get with me, all right? So for those of you guys who are in my community right now, if you have access to a business profile, please send it to me. It's not mandatory, but I would prefer to have one of you guys profile. If not, no big deal. All right. So what I'm talking about in general is that you guys hear this a lot. At the end of the year, billionaires, millionaires, whatever, they're responsible for giving businesses a certain amount of money, right? So in the industry, there's something called Giving Tuesday, right? Their job, once you're set up properly, their job is to give you money because they get to write that off. And then to take it a step further, what happens is that, let's say you raise $500,000 that particular day, right? Because these people are looking for you guys, but you have to look a certain way on that day, right? So they're looking for you guys. Then what other organization do is call income match, right? So let's say you get $500,000. I'm gonna give y'all smaller numbers because y'all be thinking my number's too big. Let's say you get $100,000 that day, 50,000. That's, y'all should get way more than 50,000, but I'm just saying, I'm gonna just say 50,000. No, I don't like 50,000. I like 100,000. So let's say you get $100,000 that day, right? After that particular day, okay, after that particular day, what happens is that it has other companies that you can extend. You can extend it. So these companies will do what we call a price match. So if you raise $100,000 on that day, the next couple of days, you can find companies who are willing to do a price match. So they will give you an additional $100,000 from the $100,000 that you raised already or that people donated to you, right? But this is not just let me put up a site and go. No, y'all. You got to look a certain way. You got to show up a certain way. There's specific things that they're looking for, right? So if you have a nonprofit and you want to get involved in the Giving Tuesday, just message me. Okay, like I said, it is something that I'm doing myself as well with my nonprofit. But I'll be able to go over the strategies with you guys, the blueprint, give you guys detail by details on what you need, what it needs to look like, um, what it needs to look like, what information to put up, what type of donations to look for. You will have to put together something, right? Because what is your nonprofit about? Okay, what is your nonprofit about? You got to put something up, right? So we can help you guys throughout that process on Giving Tuesday. Obviously, we'll set automations and things like that so these people can find you. Again, if I can't find you, I can't lend to you. This goes back to people not even knowing there's something called Giving Tuesdays or Tuesday, not Tuesdays, but Tuesday, right? How many of you guys have heard of that before you heard me say it? How many of you guys heard of that before? How many of you guys heard of Giving Tuesday before where people with nonprofits will donate to you? Or not even nonprofits, will donate to your nonprofit. Right? You have heard it before. Lovely. Can it be Equifax? I have a commercial report because I am doing a dispute on the. Yeah, you can send me Equifax. So if you can send me Equifax, you can also send me Experian. Take a minute and send me Experian as well. This is a great opportunity for you guys to make money right away. Okay, so let's go into, let me see. While I'm waiting for your profile, let's go into really quick, what is no PG funding, right? So no PG funding means no personal guarantee, meaning that we're not attaching our social to it. There's several different ways to fund your business through no PG, regardless if you have revenue or you don't have revenue. So I'm going to show you guys how to do it both ways. If you have revenues, there's specific things that we can do. If you don't have revenue, there's also specific things that we can do as well too. All right. Actually, let me do this. Let me build out a GPT really quick. Maybe I should show you guys how to do that too, right? Yeah, let me show you guys how to build that out specifically for no PG funding. Yeah, so let's actually build one out. This is going to be a core as far as the system that you use moving forward. So this is just the core. This is just like, okay, what do you want this to be about? It's an employee. So, right. So it's basically an employee that's going to help you to be able to get no PG funding. And it's even better if you have your profile, right? So if you have your Dun & Bradstreet Experian, Equifax profile is 10 times easier with finding more options. But our first step that we want to do is build a core of this. So instead of you quote unquote doing it yourself, you're actually building an employee to help you to go through the process. Does this make sense? Does this make sense? Okay, perfect. So let's start off by basically hiring somebody to help us to do the process so we don't have to do it by ourselves. All right. So let me know if you guys can see my screen. I'm going to share with you guys. All right. Can you guys see my screen? Let me know in the chat before I continue. Can you guys see my screen? Perfect. All right. So we talked a little bit about this yesterday, but now we're going to build this out in a different way because yesterday was very short. But what we're going to do is basically hire an employee. So instead of you interviewing an employee, you can hire your own employee and give it the credentials that you're looking for. Okay. So we're going to start from here. All right. I'm going to go to create. Let me back up because I want to show you guys where I went. Okay, so we under Explorer. Okay. Create. Now it says, I will help you build basically a new employee. You can start something like make it creative who help generate visuals. No, I'm looking for a specific employee. I'm looking for an employee that can come in and help me with no PG funding assistance, right? Who can help me with no personal guarantee funding. Okay. So you can put your own qualifications in for what you're looking for this person to work to hire. So instead of you reviewing applications and trying to figure this out, you can hire your own employees based off of the skills that you're looking for. All right. So let's see. So the name that we were given is no PG high-end strategist. I like it. We'll keep it. Yes, let's keep it. So this is actually funny because this is actually something I'm building out for myself as well too. So this is like live. Yes, let's generate. Now the issue that we were having yesterday is because I was sharing my screen and it's kind of sensitive with the screen sharing. So let's see if it does it today with generating the picture for us. Okay. So now what it's going to do is basically going to create a logo type situation for us so we can specifically name that. Now, I noticed yesterday that you guys talked about this. So make sure that you guys hit create before you back out of here, because if you back out of here, you're going to put yourself in a position where you have to start all over, right? And do not hit create until we get to a point of having enough draft. All right. I'm going to bounce back to the chat because I can't see you guys right now. So let me see if you guys are seeing anything in the chat. And not I'm trying to catch up. Yes, definitely send your Equifax. Once you send your Equifax, let me know. Okay. I'm following. Good, 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 good. That's good. All right. So we're just waiting for this to generate. And this is the only thing sometimes with screen sharing, like it kind of slows down the momentum because this is something that we can do in 5 minutes, right? But because AI is just so sensitive, it feels like it's being recorded, which it is being recorded. So it kind of slows down the momentum of how fast this stuff is generated. So when I get impatient, I say, what's taking what's taking you so long, right? It's taking way too long for y'all to do that. Of course, it's not going to let me talk back to it until it's finished doing what it's doing. Okay. Yes, very true, right? So make sure you send me over um make sure you send me over your your profile information. Yeah, and do me a favor, hold your questions, right? We will get to questions. So I see hands up, but it's way too early for hands up. Right? So just hold your questions for right now. I want to go over this stuff with you guys step by step. You just sent it? Okay, perfect. That's going to be amazing. So let me just back out of here really quick, go to my email and grab your profile. That's perfect. I love working with live profiles, y'all, because it just makes more sense, you know? Help somebody change their life. All right, so let me download your profile. Nobody in here has a Experian profile as well? If anybody have an Experian profile, can you also send that over to me? Right, because there's options. All right, let's see. Okay, so Experian, let's see what's happening here. Okay, let me download this. Oh, you know what? So I actually cannot, I can't build that one out for myself, because if I build it out for myself, it's gonna have you guys' information, but no worries. Let's see. Okay, perfect. Let's see where we are. Okay, so unfortunately, y'all, I'm gonna have to refresh this because I don't know what this thing is doing. So it's gonna kick me out, but it's all right. Can you guys still see my screen? Just want to make sure you guys can still see my screen. Perfect. Thank y'all. Y'all be on the quickest. Okay. Got it. Your No PG strategist is now fully set to guide you through your hiring, training, and managing of employees for your no personal guarantee funding. All right. Okay. So usually what I do, right, just for the sake of time, I would do something like let's see. So what qualifications would they recommend someone have for this particular position, right? So if you're not sure, we can ask and get the answers, right? So for the No PG Guarantee Funding Specialist, looking for a mixture of financial knowledge, sales skills, absolutely, and operational discipline, absolutely. Here's a breakdown of the most valuable qualities and traits. Okay, so now they gave us a breakdown of all the most valuable traits, right? So educational background, core, funding, sales, CRM, compliance. This is wonderful, right? Now, would you like me to create a qualified checklist? Yes. And then usually what I'll do is for the No PG funding checklist qualifications, right? Here's what it's giving me. All right. So I would do this as, okay, great. Now save this into your memory, because you are now my No PG, what is it? What did we name it? Strategist. Okay. I don't actually have memory, so I can permanently say, what are you talking about? What you mean you don't got memory? However, I can include the checklist. Okay, no. I want you, okay, let me rephrase that. No, I want you to take note of this, as I will be using you as the employee I hire. Got it. Okay. You want to treat me as your hired no PG funding employee. I can operate that way right here in the chat. Correct. All right. Before we start, can you clarify what specific tasks you want me to handle first? Okay, so reviewing business credit profile, preparing a funding strategy for clients, reaching out to lenders and business vendors. Y'all look at that, right? Reaching out, okay? Reaching out to lenders or building vendor credit lists, creating scripts or templates for a new client. Once I know your workflow, priorities, I will step fully into that employee role. Okay. Okay, great. So I want it to be, let me see, to be exactly how, oh, come on with all these typos. So I want it to be exactly how you have it right now, in that same order. Let me go back to the chat while that's generating. See what y'all talking about in here. All right. So no PG employee workflow, reviewing business credit reports, preparing funding, building and maintaining lenders list. Y'all, this is freaking crazy, okay? So no PG funding employee workflow, review business credit report, prepare a funding strategy for each client, build and maintain lenders list, create community scripts and templates, track and report results. Now, tell me this is not next level. All right. So now what we're going to do is, would you like me to begin by setting up a funding strategy template, the documents you will need? No, I'm actually going to oh, crap. Hopefully don't cut off. Oh, thank God. Because every time you move this thing, it's cut off. Okay. So we're going to upload the profile. Okay. And we're going to start with, let's start with this profile I just gave you. Based on the job I hired you to do, break this down step by step. All right. All right, so step-by-step process in Equifax business. All right, y'all. So everybody on social media, I am about to get off. You guys can feel free to come into the 7-figure framework. The link is in my bio because I'm about to get into extensive training. Okay, so TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, it's been real. I'll see you guys on the inside. Y'all, let me just end these lives really quick. Yeah, the link is in my bio, or you guys can go to 7figureframework.com. That's THE, the number 7framework.com. All right. All right, guys, it's been real. Okay, let me end here first. All right. Instagram, you guys can come on over, Seven Figure Framework. The link is in my bio. Is the very, very first link in my bio. We're waiting for you guys. Okay. All right. Instagram is out the way. YouTube, y'all, it's been real. Y'all always stick with me. I appreciate y'all, but this is more extensive training for those who are in my 7-figure framework. We have 3 spots left at the current rate. So I'll see you guys on the inside. All right, come on over, guys. All right, let me end here. And